Hey everybody, welcome back. So glad you're here with me today. Sorry for the hoarse voice as I'm recording this. I'm still getting over being sick with this whole junk up here. But I am feeling so much better than I was. Today is actually a mental health video, and I haven't done a mental health video in a very long time. And May, besides it being a hot mess May for me, it is also Mental Health Awareness Month and Brain Cancer Awareness Month. So, just so you know. Who knows, maybe I'll crank another one out. Another mental health video. But for now, alright, as I always start these videos, I am no doctor. If you need help, please seek out the proper channels to do so. Please see your doctor, see a therapist. There's hotlines you can call. If there's an emergency, 911 or the suicide prevention hotline. I don't know everything. I don't know anything usually. But what I bring to the table is my life experience. And that is what I base most of these videos off of. That and reading and interactions with people and just life experience. And mostly life experience is needed for this topic I'm going to bring up today. When I post this coming weekend, it will be the 11th, 12th, the 10th, and the 11th this weekend will be 20 years since my father passed away. Now, a lot of time has gone by since that has happened. And as I look back on my life in a retrospective, I can see how my grief went from up, down, like a whole pattern. And if you're going through grief right now, and the thing you mostly hear is time heals all wounds. Time does not heal, but it does really help. It extremely helps in my personal belief. I've never told this story out loud to people, but I was 16 and my father had cancer. And after his death, we found out it was from Agent Orange from the Vietnam War. Now, the day before he passed, I argued with him. This is the part I didn't tell people. I argued with him, and it was bad. I told him he smelled, and that he needed a shower, and like all this stupid petty stuff. And then later that night, he was going to the hospital, and we thought, because in the recent days, he had been going to the hospital, but coming back home. So, before he left, I was like, I love you, and he left, and then never saw him again until the funeral. But I harped on myself, like, I lived with that for years. Every year, I replayed that scene in my head of me fighting with him, and I held on bitterly for so long. What actually happened was I was smelling the infection in his lungs, and that's why that's what I smelled, and him having brain fog. And I was like, why don't you know this? And stuff like that came with the infection was getting everywhere else. Like, he was getting probably septic because, like, it was the infection that killed him, not the cancer. So I lived with that and played that over in my head for many years, and it was not pretty. And it wasn't until I got older till I realized it's not my fault. It doesn't bring him back to replay it in my head every year so vividly. It does not help to do anything. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you end on a bad note with someone, don't let it consume your life, because it will tear you up inside, and it just will. And now that I'm older and time has passed, I'm able to see clear and have a somewhat better picture of my grief. So I'm trying to make a point here, and I don't know exactly what it is, but grieving when you're 16 and then grieving 20 years later at 36 is a big difference, and proof that time does heal. You just have to, when it first happens, like for the first few years, you just gotta take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. Talk to people. Don't be afraid to talk to people. I think that was my problem. I was always afraid, and I always had to be strong. So I decided to keep everything to myself. Everything in my life, not even the grief. Not just, it didn't stop at the grief. I kept a lot of shit to myself. And you can't do that when you're trying to heal. I'm glad these day and ages, mental health, the stigma is getting broken. It's not all the way there. It's not fixed, but it's getting there. And we can have healthier conversations that reflect our lives and our current state and come out better than people would have back when I was a kid. So, if that's my suggestion, if you're going through something, talk. And if you don't talk to someone, write it down. There's journals, there's online journals. I found online journaling to be very, is cathartic the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But it helped to write down things and to try to just find others that were like-minded of me and be able to relate with people, because relations help. I hope this video wasn't a total bummer and that you learned something, and it's not just me going on this babble-thon. Because I really do want to honor his memory, and because he was the awesomest dad ever. Yeah, he was flawed. Definitely flawed. But he was one of the kindest human beings I ever knew. And I was a daddy's girl. Oh my God, I was. Yeah. I was totally. So, if your parents are around, I know all relationships are not perfect, but you should at least try to mend them if you can, because you only get a chance at blood family once. So, and if you can't, you find friends and make your own family. So, just take care of yourself and let yourself grieve, because it doesn't matter how many years, you're gonna grieve from the beginning till the day you die. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.